What's up, y'all? You already know this your Rockstar Wicked Witch. Marc Headley. Yo, your sister Stephanie got a lot to say about you. She was saying how you so toxic. Matter of fact, yo, she gonna let y'all know. Let's go.
I was the younger one, so I was always like separated or stupid or useless or didn't do things right. Our relationship started out badly and we did not get along very well. I never felt that when we were growing.
He don't get along with no one because he's corny. How you doing that to your sister Stephanie? It's ridiculous, yo. You don't get along with no one.
Growing up since about the age of 9 years old that he cared about our family or the effects that he was creating. With all the arguments Marc got into, the petty fights and serious fights that him and I got into, bullying me, punching me, back and forth. I was always...
Yo, if you treating your sister like that out there, yo, karma is coming for you. Trust. Yo, Marc, oh my gosh. Yo,
smaller. It was evident that I would never win that fight physically. And all these times and in several incidents, family was not his concern. Marc and I would swim often in our apartment building when we were children, and we were always in the pool during the summertime, as long as he could, until he knew I couldn't breathe, on the verge of drowning. And it was not the first time. It definitely happened twice, if not more.
You trying to do that to your sister? You that mad? She probably get everything from your parents. You mad. You jealous of your sister. That's what it really is.
Or even the same day. And he thought it was funny. He would laugh around until finally he knew that I would probably drown, and he would finally let me go. And he was always stronger than I was, so he would just hold me underneath the water.
Probably stronger than you.
Effort for his part until he thought I would drown, and then he would let me get back up. Since we were children, he has been running this game of bullying or trying to act stronger, bigger, pushy, all in the results.
He's bigger than you.
But in the end, he never resolves whatever the conflict is. And Marc got into a very angry, screaming match with my mother when she was pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
And it got so bad that he pushed her physically, and he was bigger than her at the time. He was taller than her and much older.
He is not big at all. He's a different kind of big, but he ain't like how Wicked Witch is. You see that? Yeah. Y'all know what up with this. Yeah.
Like physically, like he was big. And he pushed her. She fell over at a almost full-term pregnancy. And fortunately, she didn't get hurt. But he didn't stop and ensure that she was okay. He didn't get her up. My mom was just so upset and angry on the verge of tears that she kicked him out. And then he left. Over 15 years ago,
just like what the church
my father
did
had another episode of cancer, and he had a very serious operation. And he called and contacted myself and Marc. Originally, on the first phone calls that I had with my father, he was doing very poorly. He was on oxygen. He could barely breathe. You could hear it over the telephone. It was very emotional. Marc could barely handle it. Mind you, he didn't seem to have the stomach for it, but it was not a matter of having the stomach for it. This was our father who was like possibly going to die. And he was asking for help. This is why my father was in touch with us and he was doing badly. I told Marc after the phone call that we needed to make it go right no matter what, like figure out whatever we needed to do with our jobs and get out there and spend some time with him and help him. Marc immediately was not interested.
Wow.
I financed the trip myself. With no, desires or demands from my father because he wasn't doing well. And I went there and I helped him get better and made sure he was okay before I returned. And Marc never went to visit him, didn't help him, didn't go out there.
Oh my gosh.
He did nothing. So again, he was looking out for himself and just, do whatever he felt like. And my dad was secondary to all of that. And that
lets you know the kind of corny woman Claire is. You with someone like this, Wow. It lets you know the kind of person you are, Claire. You whack. And you only deal with men that do women crazy out there. And dirty. You probably love it. I know you do, because you still with him. You've been with him for years.
That was the result of what occurred. He didn't care. For many years, Mark and I worked with each other on our jobs. We sometimes were in the same area, like we worked side by side. This happened for maybe a year or so. Not a good idea. That did not go well. We did
Imagine
not work
working
well
side
together.
by side with someone like him.
Mark was very belligerent. He would get very argumentative with me to the point that we, again, would get in physical fights with each other.
To you, not me.
The same bullying thing would happen, and he would pan it off as like I was just being his little sister. But this was in a professional background that we were now working. We were adults. This was not about brother and sister. It was very unprofessional. So when Mark was working with me many years ago, before he left, he was entrusted to take a bunch of church equipment and sell these items so that we could recoup that investment towards the project that was supposed to be done, which was directly his.
How much you want to take from the church? Dude. Yo, this dude is wildin'.
Responsibility. Instead of doing that to the tune of over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of church funds and recompense that came from these materials were put through his own personal accounts. This evidence was located, and at the time an investigation was being done to get the straight facts on what occurred, because it was obvious that this is where the money had gone. And when Mark was given the opportunity, and the day he was to give his side of the story and explain himself, because he's the one who did it, that is when he left unannounced. Never came clean on it, never told anybody what really happened one way or the other. And to top it off, he very strategically went and acquired my pay before he left and stole his little sister's pay.
Oh my gosh,
with no word to me. A week or two had gone by.
I think he's
never
broken
called me,
and
never
Leah.
contacted me, wouldn't answer my emails. No care in the world for what I thought.
I don't know if anybody
were
broke
my
it in Leah.
efforts
She
and
real
attempts
broke.
to get him to make good, or to come and just deal with it amicably like any normal human being. And this he couldn't
He
do.
is not
And not only doing that,
that
upon
normal.
his departure, he went and contacted my father, who I had a perfectly fine relationship with. My dad has respected me. I was very competent. He was proud of me. We had a fantastic father-daughter relationship. And when Mark went to him and dumped all this garbage and nonsense on him about all these horrible people that did all these things to him,
Wow.
he effectively ruined
He
my
complained-
relationship with my father, tainting his judgment of all that I had done my entire adult life and
That's
how
what
well I
haters
was
do.
doing just to cover his
Jealousy.
own ass. So I was working in a particular office place, and Mark had arranged for people to have picket boards with my name specifically on them, and huge letters gallivanting outside my office. I was completely unaware of this. Just my normal working day, going on about my life, to come outside of my building with all these strange people that I don't know, saying things that aren't true, leaving me in a position of being awkward and embarrassed because of something that's absolutely not the case. Again, for the sake of some monetary achievement or gain. But again, doing it in such a way, it's quite frankly, it's completely embarrassing. It's a disgrace for our family.
It's embarrassing to have a brother or sister that act like that. Man, Stephanie, trust, I know how you feel. It's ridiculous. Having a sibling that don't even know how to act. It's like where you came from.
This is not the morals that my parents brought us up to be, and nor did my father raise us to be. And has nothing to do with being a respectable human being. It's
For real, it's like
disgusting,
who
and
raised you? Like, come on.
It really has. It's an embarrassment for myself
It
and
is.
my mother. Mark is a complete and utter toxic personality to anybody, whether in
real.
business, as a family, as a friend. You know that if you're going to work with him, your well-being and your success is not what's in it. It's What is he gonna gain?
What's up, y'all? You already know this your Rockstar Wicked Witch. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and follow my channel. Want to support my channel? The link and all of the information is in the bio, alright?